Okay, so I thought today I would make something from the Violet Bakery cookbook, which is incredible. And even though it's a grey, thundery, rainy day in London, I felt like making the Summer Spelt Almond Cake. She published this recipe also in the Guardian newspaper, so I will send a link to that or add a link to that in the description box. But I'm going to be making, so this is for a 23 centimetre cake, so I'm actually going to be making this in a 15 centimetre tin, which I've got prepped here because it's just for me and my partner, and don't want a massive cake. Let's get started. First up, we're weighing the butter and sugar. As you'll see, there's smaller amounts because it's a smaller cake, so the actual recipe has a lot more butter and sugar. It's light brown sugar, and then that will go into the stand mixer, and we'll beat that until it's nice and light and fluffy. And then in the meantime, we're going to weigh out the flour, add the baking powder and the salt, and then give that a bit of a mix. Then we add the eggs and give it another beat so it's nicely incorporated. Might look a little curdled, but that's okay. And then we add the vanilla. I'm doing extract, it was meant to be seeds, but you know, you make do. And then give that a bit of a mix, which it's really not a very nice sound, is it? Mixing up cake batter, you kind of forget that. And then once that's mixed, we'll add the ground almonds in and give another mix. Lots of mixing. It'll be quite a stiff batter. I'm actually using my stand mixer to mix it in properly, and then we'll add in the dry ingredients and give it another mix. Again, stand mixer just so it's done properly. And then we will get our prepared tin, so you can see mine's all fully lined here, and we'll dollop it in because it's not a pourable batter, so you kind of squidge it in, nice and hearty feeling. I kind of feel like the spelt makes it feel a bit more hearty and healthy. I really don't think it is, but we can claim it is. And then I'm going to squidge that into the tin and let it settle into the edges and try and smooth it out as best as you can. Like I said, it is really quite a stiff batter. I feel like I've said stiff batter quite a few times. Anyway, there is an optional rosewater icing, but I just did the fruit topping. And then once that's done, we're adding berries. In the recipe, it was half cherries or raspberries or blueberries, and I decided to use frozen berries out the freezer, so I've got cherries and I've got blueberries. It came out great, there was no problem using frozen. And also then some slices of peach or nectarine. I use nectarines, and I bought too many, not a problem. I just squidged it all on top, and you then kind of press it down a bit to try and get the berries, it's not submerged, but kind of pushed down into the batter a little bit. I presume so they don't burn while they're baking in the oven. So. And then the final bit is sprinkling on some caster sugar on the end. I presume it helps caramelise it, and you know, sugar always helps, doesn't it? And then it will go into the oven, which is a 140 fan oven for, the recipe said 60 to 70 minutes, it was definitely the 70-minute end. And then I'll let it cool in the tin for about 15 minutes. That's some expert handling going on there. It's like having a lobster claw while using an oven glove. And then you let it cool and dig in. It was amazing. There's no pictures of the inside because we finished it super quickly. It does look a little almost burnt, but it's just the berries that have kind of caramelised, and it was kind of nutty and not over sweet and just really, really good. I would highly recommend it. So I hope you enjoyed that bake along, and I will see you next week.